Hello and welcome back to one of our mini training sessions on Workbooks CRM. And in this one, we're going to cover custom views. Your CRM data is a goldmine of information about your business, your customers, prospects, and so on, and your sales pipeline. But are you getting the most out of that data? I mean, you as a user, based on your job role or the job roles of your users and the needs of your users as well. So in Workbooks CRM, views, custom views, allow you to customize, tailor exactly what information is surfaced for different types of records like organizations, people, opportunities. And with the right views in place, your marketing person can focus on the lead generation details that matter, or the marketing campaigns that matter, most of them. And then the salespeople can see all the salesy type stuff and deal-centric data right in front of them, again, based on their job role or user access privilege, just to help them drive their daily activities, their daily workflow. The end goal is directing and delivering the right information to the right person. So in this session, we're going to explain the concept of these views a bit more and how they allow you to tailor the information displayed for a record based on the user's role or needs or security, and the benefits of these views as well: improved user experience, making sure you're delivering the right data, the relevant data to that user, and hopefully that should benefit you in increased productivity as well. So hello, my name is Tim Wilmot, and I'm joined today, as usual, by my colleague Stuart Lawrence and Hyde, and our company, Wizard Systems. We're a leading independent CRM solutions provider of systems like Workbooks. We don't just supply Workbooks, we do supply a range of very different CRMs, and we help organizations, mainly small, mid-sized organizations, use affordable, easy to use solutions like Workbooks to improve their sales, marketing, and customer service productivity. So those of you on here live, thanks very much for joining us for this little mini session. It's not meant to be an in-depth training session as such, just really touching the surface of these custom views. If you want to get more information or you want a little bit of training or guidance, then we're here on hand to help you. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got a question, pop that into the question box on your meeting control panel, and we'll do that towards the end, try and answer as best we can. So let me now hand over to my colleague Stuart, and we'll take you through custom views.
So as Tim mentioned, we're going to take a look at how we can display our data in a better way. By this, I mean make it easier for users to view the records in a way that works for them. So in our demo system, we've got staff across various areas of the business: sales, support, finance, project management, and sort of media. I'd like them to view the records in a way that helps them. Let me start by showing you an organization record. This is Atlantic Computer Services, and this view is for someone in sales, and this is how they would see the records. There's information here that makes sense to them: sales history, outstanding activities, those kind of things, but it's led by their information, by their world. So how does this change for someone who works in support? Let's load their view. And straight away, the system changes. So now we've got the support cases are more important to them. There's information that makes sense to them. The financial information has been moved out of the way. So what about the others? What about perhaps someone in finance? What do they see? So their page loads, and instead of seeing support or sales, they actually see sort of the invoicing side of things of the business. So that was 3 different people or teams looking at the same organization record, but viewing it in a way that works for them. So how do we do this? And it's all controlled by form layouts. We have a layout that features the fields and the information that helps that department. So let's take a look. If we go into configuration and the customization and the record types, we'll continue with the organizations that we were just looking at. We see here I've got all the fields that I might have within an organization record, and there's record templates, but it's form layouts that we're interested in. And you can see here that we've got all the various layouts that we can assign to the various people. And we've turned off the default view, so people won't get one particular view that shows every single field in the system. And that's controlled just by unticking the publishing one. So the first view that we opened with was the sales. So let's open the sales layout. And the system controls what we're doing here. The only really important part of this main screen here is the form style, where if you wanted to, you could choose to include the new side panel that appears to the left or the right of a window when you open it. I've left this off. We then have fields and sections. So the fields we're going to have on this particular view. The sections, are we going to display the data just in one block or separate it nicely into the different blocks? And that's all fine. That's just a view. And there's the tabs I want, automation, but that's not the important part. The important part for this is the sharing. If I click on the sharing icon, I can control who sees this view, what people in what groups. So one of the first things I've done is I've taken away the everyone group. So now this view is only available to members of those following groups. So sysadmin, the sales managers, and the UK sales team. So all the members of the various sales teams. So that's it for sales. And you would just repeat this for your remaining teams. So for instance, if we close that here and we have a look at the other one that we looked at, the support. Again, you'd include your fields, include your sections, then go into your sharing and say, no, I only want people within those groups that need access to the support type records. And finally, of course, there'd be the financial ones again. Once you have it all in place and you've got your use in the right groups, they will see those views rather than the default view. So hopefully you can see how having the right layout helps people view the data in a way that's relevant to them. Okay, how can we take this layout idea one step further? What about having different layouts when you're creating an item in workbooks? Well, what do I mean? How about a layout for a new task, an order, quote, or even different types of support cases? Let me show you what I mean. Close that a second. If I click on Start, and then New, and go down to Case, I've got various cases that I can open. And I'll go with Support Case. And a new window will open. Let me move this to the side here. And let's compare that to a different type of support case. How about the complaint? They're both cases, but the information on the screen is almost completely different. So you see here that the information is more relevant to the type of case we're dealing with. So a normal support case here, we have resolution times and all the information that is supported for this type of call. We have various information here that will help somebody so that they can expand, that will come into play as this particular support case is being progressed. Whereas on the other side, which was just a complaint, we just went with a really simple screen where really what we're after is the summary and the reason for that case being created. So why did support case create two completely different fields just based on the case I opened? And this is because we've controlled it by the type field. So here we have a portal case, here we have a support case. And for each type of case we wanted, we created a layout to match. The clever bit is done in the layout design. So let's go back in. So this time we're going into cases. Okay, 17 in here. Luckily, not all are in use, but I can see that the two that we played with. So the support call, exactly the same as before. You would include the fields you want. You would include any sections that you're after. The bit that makes this different after you've done the sharing is a rule that you put in place. And here you can tell the system, only show this particular view if, and we've gone with particular case type, and here we've said if it's support. So when someone clicks on new and selects this particular screen, you see those particular fields, and one for each one. So not only can we control these views for particular users, we can control them for particular items in workbooks. So it helps speed up data entry, makes, again, the cases relevant, and you can work quicker and work better. I've shown you cases, but as I mentioned, this works equally well for quotations, tasks, and so on. Pretty much anywhere you feel that users will benefit from seeing the data in a cleaner and quicker way. I hope that helps, and I'll pass things back to Tim.
Thanks very much, Stuart. So as we can see, we can tailor, customize what users see based on their job role, based on the type of record. You may, when you first start with workbooks, you just get one default view for everyone. But the beauty about workbooks is that high level of customizability, and it's not difficult, as you can see. Really, really easy, very quick. I should point out that what we're showing you there is the administrator. So Stuart was logged in as an administrator. Of course, you wouldn't let your users dive in and create their own screens. No, that is an administrator role in workbooks to customize those, change them, and so on. So if you're a user, you're watching this, you're a workbooks user, then get in touch with your administrator and talk it through. And also make sure that any changes, they're relevant to other people in that job role or that type of record. You don't want to just sort of, because it's so easy to change things, you don't want to really go overboard and make changes for change's sake. So make sure there's a valid sort of business reason or process reason or a marketing reason for customizing these views. Okay, so just a brief mention about Wizard Systems while you're thinking about any questions relating to the topics we've been talking about on this session. So Wizard Systems, all we do is CRM, been doing a long, long time, and we provide any kind of thing around workbooks that you want, provisioning the service, customizing it, training you on how to use it at your place, our place, or online, and ongoing help desk support as well. And these workbook sessions also to make sure that you're kept up to date, kept in the loop with workbooks changes and improvements, and some of the features maybe that you're not too aware of in workbooks as well. We feel it's our duty to make sure that we communicate that to the workbooks community out there. Okay, so questions then. Let me just go through. Matthew. Oh no, Matthew. Matthew sorted himself out. He changed the screen size. Right. First proper question. Ken, can you set a layout as the default for someone?
There isn't an option to set default. However, if that user only has one view available to them, provided you've turned off the one called default, your custom one will be the only one that they see.
Okay, and I guess as a follow-up to that, if a user has more than one view available, the one they use last is the one that they'll open next time. It's kind of like a sort of sticky setting in there. You remember that, so hopefully that helps you out, Ken. Annie, can a view be assigned to a person rather than a group, i.e. an admin view for the support manager when they open an organization record? Question mark.
Right. Yes, you can. I only went through the sharing screen and showed how you could assign it to groups, but you could create like a as they said, a support manager layout and share it with just that person, and then they could either see the standard views, or they could go to their particular sort of support manager layout for them. So yes, groups or users.
Okay, don't think there's any more questions in there, Stuart. So we'll just finalize things. We're on Workbook 7.2 at the moment. Last week we delivered an event focusing on the Outlook integration and the WES, the Exchange 365 integration, super integration is replacing the the older Workbooks Outlook connector. So go on our YouTube channel if you want to catch up with that, the ins and outs of why we're changing that, and we're gradually, if you're a Wizard Systems client, we're gradually trying to transfer clients in the coming months. This is March 2024, trying to transfer them over to the newer technology. Do you have any suggestions, you as a Workbooks user? Have you got anything on your mind about, can Workbooks do this? Can it do that? Something that might be of interest to other Workbooks users, then please contact Stuart or myself. But thanks again for watching, and we'll catch up with you on the next event. Thanks so much indeed. Bye-bye.